What's up, guys? Hey, so let me show you what I'm working with. Maybe some of you guys saw this recently in my story, but this is what we're checking out. Hologram Microcosm. Sorry, it's a little grainy in here. The light is less than ideal, but okay. So quad Cortex, Microcosm, night sky. Yeah, it's a good time. This thing sounds crazy. I'm legitimately only scratching the surface, but I'm going to show you guys some of the algorithms. Javier, what's going on, pal? I miss you, dude. Let's get on a call soon. Okay, so anyway, oh yeah, by the way, Javier, if you don't know, I mean, I'm sure you do, but yeah, you need this. So that sound was just like the very first thing that I just whipped up and saved as a user preset, but I'm going to step through a bunch of these sounds for you guys. So if you don't know what this is basically a phrase looper and granular synthesis style sampler. It's a delay and reverb pedal, but that would be a very crude sort of way of, you know, sort of describing this. It's much more than that. So as you can see, there's like 4 different sections to the effects, and then each individual section contains 3 different algorithms, and each algorithm has 4 modes. So there's 44 different effects in this alone, and then you can obviously save user presets, but then there's also a phrase looper, which is pretty incredible. So this device is a lot more than a guitar pedal. You can just, you know, you can totally just bring in entire, you know, loops and mangle them at will. You can add textures in, you know, combination with the mix knob, or you can completely destroy and interrupt things with glitches and all kinds of stuff like that. So I'm going to show you guys what that sounds like, and then this is just for some additional texture and width, but we won't focus on the night sky. We'll just look at the microcosm. I'll show you guys the mosaic mode. This is like the, you know, the very first kind of effect in the micro loop category, and it's the, you know, it's the first thing you hear when you turn the pedal on, and it's pretty phenomenal. I haven't heard a guitar pedal do this with this much, you know, fidelity before. So let me show you guys. This is basically the first mode. Let me just get my balance correct here. So there's a lot of different parameters. I will never be able to show you everything in a live video, but I figured I'd just kind of walk you through some stuff. So, one sec here. Here we go. So check this out. I'll try to give you guys some volume. Let's just double up the repeat so you can really hear what this is going to do. But I'm going to play some minimal phrases. Listen to this. Let's crank it up. And we'll give it a little bit of its own reverb as well. Let's just step through. You guys aren't going to get the, yeah, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to translate that well over live, but I've never heard a pedal do this type of stuff. Let's put on the glitch section. This will be a little bit more obvious for you guys, I think. And if I turn up the activity, yeah, it's gonna make a bunch of nonsense noises, but let me see if I can get it dialed into where we can get it doing some crazy shit. One sec here. There we go. All right, check this out. Right? Pretty insane. So let's do blocks mode. Actually, no, let's do interrupt, because I think this is probably the most interesting. I'm still trying to figure out how to make this work in time, but basically it's real-time glitching. as you can hear. So let me try to increase this and make it really obvious. One sec. Just finding my way around this thing. There we go. We're getting something here. There you go. Try to make it really obvious. There we go. So it's phrase sampling in real time, and it's actually legitimately glitching. So based on how you tell it to behave, like, you know, 2 times the speed, 4 times the speed. There you go. Right? So that's just one mode, but what's really useful for me and for live is going to be these pattern delays. Let me show you this. And yes, I do plan to incorporate this into the live rig. And I can loop at any moment. And filter control, which is amazing. So you can assign that to an expression pedal. Okay. Let's do that with Mosaic, and now you'll start to get the idea of what this thing is capable of. So let me just loop something. So that's pretty phenomenal. It's basically like a looper on steroids, but you have these insane delay textures and one of the nicest reverbs I've heard in a really long time. Let me try to show you this without reverb so you can really hear what's going on dry. I know that this isn't translating the best over Instagram Live. There's not much I can do about that, but people have been asking about this pedal, so I wanted to just kind of step through a few sounds. So let's see here. There we go. That's hands off. There you go. Right? So at any moment I can latch one of these. That filter is so useful too. And this is dry. And if I bring in the reverb, somebody's asking, how do you control it? So the thing is you have to learn each algorithm. Some things are going to be completely unpredictable, and then there's going to be predictable things. For example, because I know some people are just showing up now, here's my first user preset that I created. This is an example of a sound that's dialed in for me to understand its behavior. Right? So that's more like a very complex sort of shimmering delay reverb. Right? So that's going to be super useful. And there's a shit ton that I can do from there, of course. You know, that's just scratching the surface, really. But I really like this. I used to actually go for something like this often with the Axe effects for big, long chordal type things live. But that is... Right? Super nice. Nice. So let's do a couple more. There was a few that I found really interesting as I was stepping through. So this is glitch mode on blocks. So you get these really crazy textures. And I implore that you guys actually just go check this out on YouTube, because obviously getting a demo through Instagram Live is not the way, but there we go. That's what I'm after. I mean, come on. So some of these things will only actually affect the tail. So I have to stop in order to create that, but I love the sort of spontaneous nature of that. Right, so if you get this tempo synced, it's going to be amazing. Yeah, I see a lot of people are tripping. It's so unpredictable. I'm seeing a lot of Polyphia comments. Yeah, except live it's backing tracks. It's not actually being played. So sick. So there's a ton more that you can do. I mean, obviously, this is just moving at one rate. There's subdivisions you can do. 2 times the speed, 4 times the speed, 8 times the speed. You can change the shape of the algorithm. You can change how many loopers are involved. So there's like an activity knob. Each individual knob is sensitive, and they all have interplay. So 44 effects, and there's, I don't even know how many combinations that you could come up with. It's pretty insane. Yeah, it's amazing. And the quality of the effect is what's the most impressive, I think. Let's try another one. Okay, so that's all the glitchy stuff. Let's go. There's one called ARP, and this is interesting because it's not what you think it is. Basically, it's just answering the tail of everything that you play. And then in the next row, we're doing IR and some EQ. And then I have the effects loop. So I come out mono, and then I become stereo at the microcosm, stereo into the night sky, stereo back in, and then I can finish off with, effects and stuff. So per preset, or per scene, I should say, I can just kick between the loop on and off, and I can have effects inside Quad Cortex or in fact effects outside Quad Cortex. So that is basically how I'm going to be running the new live rig. I think by the time stage comes around, I won't need to do drive pedals and overdrives in front, because Doug let me know that they're capturing more fuzzes, and there's things to come along, and like, here's some of the other drives I've been fucking with. Love that bender, love that clone. I got a Nobles ODR1 recently. I really like that pedal too. But yeah, so just playing around with stuff like that. I think I should be able to get away without having to use any of this stuff live, but this will live on a board with like a couple of these guys, so I have, expression, control over a few parameters in here, and then I'll have a stereo loop set up with the microcosm in the night sky. And then that way I'll be able to basically just bring in, for interludes and various transitions between songs, I can use the microcosm to create textures. Also, I'll be able to utilize, you know, some of the more controllable or predictable sounds for my ambient sounds with the microcosm, and the night sky is also incredible as well. Let me show you. This pedal doesn't get talked about that often. It came out, and it's, you know, like most Ryman pedals, it's quite popular, but I think it got more adopted in the synth world. This is an amazing reverb pedal on guitar as well. Let me show you. So here's a sound that I'm very fond of, that I whipped up when I first got it. So it's basically just like a medium length reverb, but the stereo image is distorted. So you get this really nice grit and width. So in headphones, it's exploding. Now, the cool thing about the night sky is I can do this. So that's an infinite tail. That's just the reverb tail. Now check this out. Just off the reverb tail alone, crazy. So with an expression pedal, you can basically freeze and then manipulate tails of reverb at will, which is incredible. And you can also step sequence the tail into a scale, which is like too much. It's a little too much. Joseph, but will the pedal make me a better man? Age-old debate. Age-old debate. Does the pedal make the man, or does the man make the pedal? You know what I mean? Revving a chord. Yeah, exactly. It's amazing. So I've been just trying to figure out, look, the Quad Cortex can do a shit ton, an absolute shit ton. So I'm trying to figure out devices that are extremely characterized, very quirky, very stylized devices that I can insert into a loop. And I'll have a rig where I can sort of bring devices in and out of the insert of the Quad Cortex as I please, and it gives me flexibility. I've always felt a little bit stuck. You know, if I dedicate equipment to a pedal board or something and you get it wired up, you know, taking it apart's never fun. So I kind of want something where everything lives on the board, but I can plug and play with certain devices. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, so really enjoying that. Let's mess with the microcosm a little bit more, and then I don't know if you guys have any questions about stuff, or you want to shoot the shit about anything, let me know and we can chop it up. I've also been really enjoying using, let me just plug this in real quick. I brought the Freak Out back into the mix. This is definitely going in the live rig. I'll show you guys what that does in case you don't know. So right? So it's not a Sustainiac. It's not coming from my guitar. It's coming from a pedal. Yes, it's like an EBO, but it's hands-free. Right? And the cool thing is, because it's artificial, I can do it with delicate tones. Right? Super nice. microcosm in. So that was just the night sky. Let's whip up something with the microcosm real quick and see how that sort of plays with everything. One sec. There we go. So a little bit of shimmer. Kind of nice, right? Something that I'd like to note as well, guys, is this is all coming from one preset in my quad Cortex. So I haven't changed the amp or the level of drive at all this entire time. That is the ultimate testament to how incredible the modeling is in the quad Cortex. You're hearing a JCM 800. That's it, with very little gain. Tiny bit of compression. Okay, so bridge pickup. Let me show you guys this dry tone. I should have done that in the beginning, in fact. But this is all you're hearing. That's literally just moderate gain on a JCM 800 and a little bit of compression. If I give it overdrive, right? So that's literally, this whole sound the entire time has just been compression in the 800. So that is pretty impressive, I'd say. And as you add ambience, super nice, right? And that's all just, again, there's no bells and whistles happening here. This is my sound with just effects in quad Cortex. Very moderate delay and reverb. A little bit of overdrive. Kind of nice, right? So that's just all quad Cortex. And then here's the night sky and the loop. Whoa! Why is that happening? Okay, we have bit crushing for no good reason. Let's see, why is that? Sorry about that. I'm back. There we go. Cool. Sorry for the dropout. Aliens confirmed. Yes, aliens confirmed. Okay. People are asking about other guitars. Let's do that. I've been playing the Avasi a lot lately because I have a playthrough coming up. People have been asking about playthroughs. Vanta Black playthrough on deck, so we're gonna... The Aristides has been getting love lately because I've been writing in drop C again. And it's in drop C. Everything else is, you know, all the tunings that you would expect. But let's work with this guy. Studio monitors. I'll plug in the Black Aquila after. Let's do this, though. I've played on 2 of C2's tracks. I don't know that we would make an album together. Fuck, I haven't talked to C2 in a fucking minute. I should hit him up. Okay, here's the Abasi. Let's get all the craziness out of the way. Again, JCM 800 and a little bit of overdrive. Yeah, that's literally just the 800 with some overdrive, so you can imagine what it's like with a 5150 or anything with a little more saturation. But I've been enjoying these kind of like just smacking the front of a really kind of, I don't know, more so just like edge of breakup sound. I've been really enjoying that. I find that I can get more sounds just by taking drives in and out rather than always being set up for high gain. And it's useful for me because I can do all my sounds in basically a preset, which is cool. And then I can just take a drive off and I have this nice, you know? That thing, right? You know that thing. You know what I'm talking about. So I'm confused as to why that's happening. I think my system needs a reset or something. I assure you that's not the microcosm. Let's see. No, we're good. What is that? Studio computers on the fritz, guys. I don't know. I just play guitar. Don't ask questions. Ivan, the new guy's not here yet. Tuesday, I think? Monday's a holiday here. I can't wait, though. Guys, I got an Abasi 8 coming next week, but here's this for now. Looking forward to that. Yes, I did say 8, by the way. Nah, it's not the quad Cortex. It's somewhere in the chain. Either my interface or my studio computer. I've been having some weird stuff. In fact, any Apple experts know when the new iMac Pro is coming up, because I'm impatiently waiting. I thought they were dropping, and then they came out with that new weird, really thin, colorful thing. And I don't want to buy the cheese grater, so I need a new iMac Pro. And I'm very impatient. But I think it's going to be time for an M1 MacBook for the live show soon, though. Abasi 7 is tuned to drop A currently. Okay, my recording setup certainly needs a restart. So I'll try to maybe answer some questions while I handle that. I have no idea why. Let's just restart the computer. She's an old one. 2015, you know, it's been going strong. Yeah, it's just a system reset, exactly. I will play with the octaver. Just give me a sec. I just restarted my machine. And yes, 8-string. M1's a monster, yeah. We're going to move the live show to the M1. A lot of questions that I have answers to that I'm not allowed to give just yet. Let's see if this fixes it. Technology, am I right? One sec. Oh, you know what it could be? If any of you guys run SonarWorks, that very well could be what was giving me trouble. Let's try Logic again and see. I think it was SonarWorks. Nope. No or yes? 1 second. Yeah, SonarWorks. That's what it was. Cool. All right, so let's do something a little more chill. That's exactly what it was. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I have a plugin that I insert to tune my monitors further for the room. Sometimes it has some strange behavior. The 8's a J. Lorata. Too nice. Beautiful, right? Super into that. I'm pretty well obsessed with this pedal. That's just the night sky. Really? Really? SonarWorks is on the fritz. That's annoying. Guys, my computer doesn't want to cooperate today, so we're just gonna have to leave it at that. Okay, people were asking for a signal chain. I'll show it once more before I shut this down. I'm sorry that my setup is misbehaving. You gotta love having a room full of gear, and then the most important part of it doesn't work. That's fine. That's all good. Oh, right. I did tell you I was going to show you my signal chain. I've been through this a couple times on this video, guys, but yeah, signal chain is just right now or lately, it's been quad Cortex. I've got things inserted like drives, some stereo effects. This whole scenario winds up in here. Universal Audio Apollo, you've seen that before. A little bit of ADAT expansion from Focusrite. Everything winds up in here. Logic, Ableton, whatever. Pretty simple. Someone was asking about amps. Rev generator, Dover DA50, Morgan SW50R. I've been messing with this. This is our old live Mesa power amp, and I've got the Synergy modules running to it. It's kind of fun. This is fucking cool. If you guys like amp in a box style pedals, this is fucking cool. LPD out of Arizona, I believe. This is a fucking banger. Really, really nice. It's basically like a plexi in a box, and you have 2 levels of gain, and it's 2 individual independent channels. It's so fucking nice. This thing sounds great in front of a clean amp. That is that's money. I've also really been enjoying the Deco, and I'm debating whether or not this is going to make its way into the live rig. And before the Microcosm came, the idea was to do the Volante with the Night Sky for the live rig. But I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do that combo right there. Quad Cortex is routed in stereo, yes. Any bands touring anytime this year? Yes, us. I announce it next month. And the bill is a banger. Couple of treats here. I'll say who I'm touring with when we announce the tour. What's my favorite out there pedal? This, 100%. Which is what we were doing at the beginning of this live stream before my computer decided to tell me to go fuck myself. That is the most out there pedal that I own. That's probably second. Quad Cortex doesn't currently have an editor like Axe Edit. It's tactile. You do it with your hands. I'm sure it's coming, but it hasn't been necessary. If you haven't seen, one sec. If you haven't seen the routing, I mean, this is the most intuitive you're going to get, you know. Tap an amp block. Every single one of these is a rotary encoder assigned to a knob. So it's pretty much as flexible as it's going to get for time with your hands. Try the Mood if you dig the Microcosm. Nice. Yeah. I certainly want to check it out too. Thoughts on Microcosm? It's amazing. Right. So this just showed up a little while ago. Love this. Little Albert Lee. Beautiful black Aquila HSS from Mayones. Got the blue one. You guys know about that one. My classic antique from Sir. Still my favorite, like, S-style guitar that I have. And I got a Strat a while ago. I got an American Ultra, and I really like it. And a couple things in here. This is the Abasi and my Aristides. The purple guy, the green guy, you know those. A few more of my Regius in the back. Another Sir Modern that I held on to. Any synths? Oh boy. What do you know? Yeah, I got a wall of them. Prophet 6. Juno 106. Sub 37. Moog Matriarch. Yeah, love this setup. This is pretty much everything I could want. In terms of not utilizing, not having to reach for plugins. I like that setup. Pretty much get everything that I want from there. Friends, I'm going to take off. Sorry that the recording computer decided I wanted to fuck off. I hope you have renter's insurance. Yeah.